Hello everyone. Last time we talked to Laurent Lecamp, we were in Montana in the forest, and he was giving his first interview as General Manager of Montblanc Watchmaking Division. Today we've got a completely new, different setup. We are in Hotel des Bergues in Geneva, and Laurent is about to tell us about a very special anniversary, the 200th anniversary of a special model. Please welcome Laurent Lecamp.
Bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous. I have a question for you. Do you know who is Nicolas Rieussec? In 1821, Nicolas Rieussec was the inventor of the first ink chronograph in the world. At that time, you have to imagine that you had on the Champ de Mars 4 horse races a day. And the nobility in Paris was betting on horses. But it was very difficult to calculate precisely the time needed for each horse to cross the finish line. And Nicolas Rieussec was the first one to come to the idea to develop an instrument to calculate precisely this time. And that's how the first ink chronograph in the world has been invented. By the way, the Académie Royale des Sciences de Paris, the Royal Science Academy in Paris at the time, described this invention as officially the first ink chronograph in the world. How does it work? It's quite complicated to explain to you now, so I would like to use the timepiece developed for the 200 years anniversary to explain to you how this mechanism was working at that time and how it has been developed in a very modern timepiece. It's very interesting. Here you had at the time a counter for the 60 seconds and another one for the 30 seconds. And in between, you had a hand, which is now a blue hand, and when the horse was crossing the finish line, then you just had to press on the hand, and you had a drop ink appearing on the 60-second counter and on the 30-minute counter. That's how you could calculate the time of the horses very precisely. And what we have developed here is exactly the same as it was 200 years ago. You can see the chronograph is built in a very new way. You see the counter for the chronograph are not located at 3, at 6, at 9, at 12, but it's completely off-centered here. Then you have the date at 6. You have the time, which is off-centered as well. And you have the hour and minutes. You have the second time zone with the day-night indication on the left. No, it's blue because it's the night for the second time zone. You have to imagine that for this movement, 317 components are needed. 317, 40 jewels. It is one of the most elaborate chronographs existing in the world. This case is a 44.8 millimeters diameter. The dial is with a grain d'orge guilloché. Grain d'orge is inspired by the Star Legacy collection. And when you turn the watch, you can observe on the case back the movements made of the 317 components with a beautiful oscillating weight with the same decor as the one you find on the dial. This movement was the first manufactured movement developed by Montblanc in 2008. And this watch, the Nicolas Rieussec, was so important for us that we have decided to develop a new test. And this test now has become a rule, I would say, by Montblanc. This is the very famous 500 hours test. And it has been developed first with and for the Nicolas Rieussec timepiece. This timepiece is really interesting because it's a limited edition, 200 pieces only for the 200 years anniversary. And this year we have the Only Watch auction that will be held on the 6th of November. In Geneva, and for this exhibition as well we have decided to present a unique piece, une pièce unique, in a 43 millimeters diameter, and this piece is estimated between 30 to 45,000 euros approximately. We decide to focus on the Nicolas Rieussec timepiece for the Only Watch auction because of the 200 years anniversary, and we believe that this chronograph is something very unique and iconic in the watchmaking industry. Just for your information, during the Only Watch auction, the timepiece that will be completely customized, for example, you will find the orange hand here, and the date will be in orange because the 6th of November, you have the orange for the second time zone, and a few other very small and very interesting details developed only for Only Watch. And this timepiece is coming with a replica of the first ink chronograph developed in 1821. Just for information, one of the original replica has been sold in auctions by Christie's. It was in 2012. It has been sold, it was the lot 67, if I well remember. It was sold for 170,000 euros. And now I would like to share something very personal with you. In the last few years I was spending a lot of time in Japan. I was working there, and one time I had the opportunity to meet the oldest family business there. It's a business existing for more than 1,300 years. And the owner, it was the 46th generation, it was Zengoro Hoshi. He told me something I will never forget. He told me, Laurent, in our world, everybody wants to make it quick. But I will give you a tip for your future. If you want to do something quick, always take or use the longest path. That's very interesting. What does it mean? It means you have to be patient, and patience is key. And in this incredible timepiece, and especially the 200 years anniversary, you have watchmakers who have spent more than 2 years developing the movements. We have watchmakers who are working in our own manufacture for each component you have in this timepiece. It means that everything is in-house. And when it was launched first in 2008, the first Nicolas Rieussec collection, it was the result of 2 to 3 years development. So what I want to tell you is that here by Montblanc, we pay a huge attention to the savoir-faire, to the know-how, and to the time. We need time to make beautiful timepieces, and this is all what Nicolas Rieussec is made of. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt pour de nouvelles aventures.